Hey everybody, Dan here for Argo Comics, where we do not only publish independent comics, we support independent comics. If you tuned into the last video, you saw there was a humongous pile. Got a little bit, I didn't only skip 1 month, I skipped a few months of these videos. So now we're playing catch up, and I'm going to get right into it, so that we can make our way through all these books. I initially just picked up a small stack of indies, but as you know, it takes a while to get through all of them, and we want to keep the video short enough so that you'll be able to digest these chunks. All right, now I guess longly awaited, they call him Marvelous, okay, well, JJ Comics and Champion Comics. I actually backed this on 2 Kickstarters, so I finally have it, along with the second issue. So the first Kickstarter for these had 2 issues on it. And I had, actually, I don't like to read digitally, but I did read a digital version of issue 1. I think some edits were made with issue 1, so I'm going to look for them. I am trying to find credits, but I do not see the credits. But I know Jerry Hines, I believe, did a bunch of edits from the version that I had initially read. So I'll reread it, see what that's looking like. Again, I don't see credits, but I know Mally Simpson as the creator of They Call Him Marvelous, and David Jackson did the art, okay? And all of that is done very well. Let's see, give you a little taste of the art right there. I always like to do that so people know what they're in for. That's why I like doing these reviews on printed books over doing them on digital. So it just makes it a lot easier to show you a little bit of it. And They Call Him Marvelous. He's the man of tungsten steel, and he'll actually be guest starring in Argo 5 number 41. So you'll keep your eyes out for that. He is one of the guest stars in that book. And Mally been enthusiastic about They Call Him Marvelous for quite a while now, so it's good to see this Kickstarter fulfilled. Here is issue 2. It's my first time looking through this, and I believe, I guess Marvelous might be undercover in this one, because I do not see him in costume. So I'm guessing this is him, and again, very good art, and lettering looks good upon first glance. Coloring looks good, so everything looks good. They Call Him Marvelous. These were Kickstarter books. I believe they are on their way to Indie Planet. Indie Planet, where I publish my own Argo Comics and Thunder Zone books, as well as buying many of these books that I show you. Okay, and along with that, we had, okay, part of the same Kickstarter, okay, Tyrannus the Thunderlord versus Thorvald the Viking. Okay, and I do see the credits on this. Eric N. Bennett, plots, writer, letters. Carlos Raphael, plots, editor-in-chief. Leo Gondam, the artist of Argo 5, that think we started up on issue 38, and we have pretty much through 44 completed, but not lettered. Francisco Zamora is doing a fantastic job lettering those issues, yeah, Leo has been the steady artist on Argo 5 for a bit now. Tristan McDonald, colorist, and Gabriel Dill Sr., creator of Blue Jay, he's the background art. Background art, okay. And they even have like a handbook page there of Thorvald the Viking. So that's always cool. Oh, they got several. Oh no, that's Tyrannus. Tyrannus handbook page. Very extensive. And then you get the Thorvald handbook page. So that's always cool. And I guess Leo did a shorter story, which that's thankfully for me because we got an extensive schedule for Argo 5 with him. But you know how it is with when you're freelance. I realize I do not have a full-time position, so sometimes he has to take some more jobs here and there. Don Edwards done some pinup for me. He did a pinup in here. So all good stuff. Again, Thorvald versus Tyrannus. And I believe that's going to make its way to Indie Planet as well. Finally, from that Kickstarter, American Reverie. Actually, these might have been two Kickstarters, because I think this Kickstarter, Team Supreme US, is supposed to be, or Team Supremus, I'm not sure how that is. That's supposed to be part of this, and that's still in production, but looking forward to that as well, because again, a few of the guest stars from Argo 541 are in that. They might be in this one also, from what I recall. Yeah, this is the one trying to add a few different guest stars, including Marvelous, Thrust, Bolt, Jester. So these are all characters from some indie friends of mine, and some of them will be in Argo 541. There's a little lineup there of guest stars. Oops, pretty cool. It's always good, the indie community coming together, and American Reverie himself in this book. So yeah, I'll look forward to reading that. Splash page of villains with the code names. So lots of good stuff. Okay, so that is okay, Champion Comics. See right there. Now, delivered around the same time. This must have been a Kickstarter, and I can't even quite recall. There must be a contributor in this that I was interested in. Spin-off comics. Comics Unity Online Convention 2020. So it seems like an anthology. I'm sure there's someone in here that I enjoy their work. Oh yeah, this looked pretty cool. This might have been it. Oh, CB Zane. I really like his work. The Mighty Might. Now I recall this one. Mighty Might. Shorter character, which I have a couple abnormally short characters in my books as well. Because for the most part, a lot of comics, everyone's like, women are 5'8", guys are 6'2". That's about the average, except when you get the Hulk or someone who's like 7 feet. But so this really looked like it was good art, and I believe I am right in that fact. A little on the fit side, which is definitely something that's always good. Fit characters feel like they can be able to pull off stuff. Let's see. Tom Hutchison Okay, so this is a Big Dog Inc. book. Tom Hutchison is the, I guess, publisher of that line, and he had a catnip. I forget there was another name for that character. This character right here, because yeah, we exhibited and went out to lunch a long time ago, myself and him, and I think Francesca was in on that lunch. I think we went for barbecue or something in Manhattan in between the afternoon and night of, oh no, after the, that was after the convention actually. So yeah, he has, I have a number of Big Dog Inc. books, and this was an anthology they put through Kickstarter. Picked it up. Catnip, Mighty Might, and Sirenus. Sirenus? I don't know. Oh, yeah, Sirenus. Okay, so those were, oh, and it's actually different publishers. Big Dog Inc., Outpost 424, and Naughty Fairies. That's three different publishers teaming up in this outing. Yeah, so yeah, it all. I guess this is like this third story. It's kind of like poser art, if you know what the poser program is. And I showed you the first one's more like traditional art. So, oh, J.B. Nito did the original first art. Mighty Might, like I said, was my big draw on this one with C.B. Zane, who I buy some of his stuff, very good. I actually picked a cover of his on one other Kickstarter. So you got that, and I don't know if this was an add-on or a stretch goal. Came in the mail with it. Paradiso. And a bunch of cards and stickers. These are not really priorities for me. These some of these little stretch goal things. Let's just take a quick look at Paradiso. I don't know, maybe apocalyptic future type of thing. But like I said, it might have been a stretch goal. So can't complain about that. And I'll give that a look. Let's see. Well, I mean, this says JJ Comics, but I guess not to be confused with JJ Comics, who puts out, they call him Marvelous. So we had two different JJ Comics. Here's another Kickstarter, Tales of Dark Tunnel, Ataman, Magno, Flame Girl. Those are public domain characters. Let's unbag this. Okay, there's a bunch of extras that came in a separate bag. It's like a print. Looks like Chris Malgrain art. So we all love Chris Malgrain's work. Honoric Press is his company. Up, and there's Scarlet Unknown as another character in this thing. So it looks like it's public domain characters, and everything looks pretty well done. If you peek into the interior art, thank you page, I guess I'm on that. Yep. Dan Fenn, you can freeze frame that page if you find the need to see my name. But yeah, everything looks kind of like a Silver Age feel to it, but these are all public domain characters, so it's probably appropriate. And to some degree, I've been enjoying public domain books or books featuring public domain characters. As we know, I put out Nature Man from Thunder Zone, and that is my own take on public domain. Issue 2 came out, and we have actually being serialized through Exciting Comics from Antarctic Press. So that's coming up, I think in issue 13. Should have Nature Man and Exciting Comics from Antarctic Press. You'll be able to order that through the Diamond catalog, okay? This character's been around a while. Not sure if I had gotten issues before. I don't believe I did. We got Tales of the Emerald Yeti. Okay, kind of like a swamp creature, it seems. And but there are a couple other superheroes thrown in for good measure. Overall, I said, you know, and here's in issue 2, Incredilad is one of the characters. So overall, I just was looking through stuff at Indie Planet. Felt this looked interesting. Okay, we're on our little bend of Indie Planet comics coming up now. Looked interesting, and I said, let me give it a shot with 2 issues. See if it grabs my attention. Let's see. Yeah. Neomint Press is the name of the company. Saw it in the bottom corner here, Neomint Press. Okay. Again, Indie Planet has a lot of publishers, so you'll be able to pick all these up over there. The Traumatic Case of Patient 25. Okay. Pretty nice cover artwork there. I like that style. It is a black and white book. Try to show page. There's the main character. Okay, I read the solicitation. Looked interesting. Art looked well done. Let's see. And let's see if there's co-creator, writer Cedric Hood, co-creator, penciler Mark Vicankiat. Cover artist Tony Grease. Okay, he did a great job. Letterer James Reed. So there you go. Let's see. Affinity Press, Shadow Faction. Okay, I always love a good super team, as you know. So here's a back cover, has a little group shot as well. Get my fingers out of the way. So, always like a good super team. Anyone who knows my taste in comics knows that, especially a nice indie comic super team. And here we have them at their meeting table, looking pretty cool. And I'll have to give that a read to see what they are all about. Here's a big gamble. I bought a trade. Again, I must have really liked the solicitation. Kid Monster Creations. Okay, that must be the comic company. Corsairs, which Corsairs are usually space pirates. And I read the solicitation, looked interesting. And here's a look at the art style. I haven't read it, so I can't give you much feedback on it, but it was at Indie Planet. Indie Planet. Now, Indie Planet publishes, okay, all these books from Sky Owens, okay, Action Bunny Comics. Okay, these are all Action Bunny comics. Okay, there was a big release from Action Bunny, which, again, Sky Owens, top-notch talent, followed him for years and years. Nightmare might have been where I originally saw him and that was maybe through Antarctic Press at first. Um, but it went through, or London Night. London Night, it might have been the first place Nightmare showed up. He isn't actually one of the books in there, Nightmare. Okay. So I always liked, well, now I think he goes by his full name, Preston Sky Owens. But originally I had known him as Sky Owens. And I always really loved his style and loved the adventures that he came up with. I remember, I guess they did kind of like, what was it called? It was kind of like a takeoff on Electra Woman and Dyna Girl. And then there might have been a little illegal action. So then they, I believe, they called the book Spandex Tights. Again, that was another one probably from London Night. But like I said, my appreciation for his work goes way back. Not really a book for young kids, because you know, sometimes he gets a little racy. Nothing that's going to offend anyone. But again, I mean, Argo Comics, with Argo 5, I'm not really putting that book out with themes for young kids. Nothing, again, too crazy, but same thing with Action Bunny. Here's a kind of a splash page of his work. Kind of like a little bit of a manga influence. You can see the art, colors, lettering, all going to be top-notch on the Action Bunny books. Again, Nightmare character's been going on for quite some time. You had Calypso Song. Let's see if there's a number over here. Nightmare was number 5. Calypso Song was number 3. Now, I'll tell you this. When I look at the covers, I can see that Tim Tyler, okay, if you saw the last Monster Hall, you saw I had Bolt from Tim Tyler, and I expressed a great appreciation of his work, and I believe he's usually inking Sky's covers. Okay, here's some interior from Calypso Song. That's Calypso Song number 3. Okay, so he's usually inking Sky Owens covers for the ABC line, and I think one of these books, here it is, one of the Action Bunny books actually has an ad for that book I just held up that I bought through Kickstarter. Okay, Bolt from Tim Tyler. So that was Calypso Song number 3. This book with the ad on the back is Action Bunny Comics. Okay, so this is issue 1, and again a little racy there in some of the designs, but a really nice art style from Sky Owens. Let's see. Try to show you some interior. It looks like Wednesday Addams or something from the Addams family. So again, a little manga influence there, a little cartoony, but to me, great work. I got pinups from him a while back at a convention. He was at a comic convention sitting with Mike Leake, who is another favorite of mine in the indie art world. Mike Leake had done Elementals, with Bill Willingham, and then that led to a series called Pantheon, from Lone Star Press, I'm going to say. And Mike Leake also did work for Valiant. Let me think. What was that title from Valiant? I bought it because it was Mike Leake's work. It had, I think, Armor X might have been it. But again, two great artists sitting there. Got convention art from both of them to be used as pinups. Mike Leake pinups have already been run through Argo 5, and yeah, I still have some in reserve from Sky Owens that believe would be good for Sorority of Power. I think they were Sorority of Power characters. Going back, okay, this is Just a Girl number 3, and number 1 and 2 I picked up. I mean, you'll see any of these issues that are number whatever. I picked up the issues before it because I buy everything Sky puts out. There's a little page here. Okay. Again, a fantastic, I love his style. And Just a Girl, I thought was a particularly good book with the first 2 issues. And now in actuality, I see here, let's see. This was Nightmare number 5 I showed you, but in that same order I had Nightmare number 4. So, let's see. Again, that's the longest running book. Here's Nightmare himself. Okay, oh, he's actually on the cover there being bound up. So, here's an ad on the back for Comet, Sword of the Pharaohs. Okay? I mean, man. Like, I publish a good amount of books through Argo Comics and Thunderzone, but, I mean, I'm not drawing them all. And this, you know, Sky Owens is drawing all these crazy, I mean, doing all the inks, aside from whatever Tim Tyler's doing. I think mostly that's covers. So, I mean, the man is a workhorse, and I appreciate it because I'm loving all his books. Okay, here's another book from him, Masaru, issue 4, Masaru Monkey Tales. Okay, so seems like it's kind of like a martial arts thing. Again, leaning a little more towards the manga. You can see from that character in the corner. Okay, manga is something I'm always in favor of. You know, I mean, I'm not a heavy-duty manga. You might say American manga through Antarctic Press has been my main manga consumption. Because I'm not really a fan of reading left to right or whatever. I mean, right to left and reading the books backwards. But yeah, you can see some martial arts action going on over there. So this is again Masaru number 4. And then we also have Necro Mages issue 2. Okay. Getting a little racy on the cover here. Action Bunny might go in that direction a little bit. Show you the logo. And I believe this is a book about a demoness. Again, superb work. Looks like she was captured by the government. And to show you this double page of art to give you an idea. So that's Sky Owens material. Let me chuck in a book, volume 7 of Spinneret. Okay. Ironmuse, I guess is the company, put out Spinneret. Okay, something that I've been really enjoying all throughout. I mean, really, again, a little manga in the art style, but so well done. Spinneret, it's kind of like a spider character, very unlike Spider-Man himself. So there's some originality. I know people like to always cry about indies copying their favorite Marvel and DC characters, but this is definitely going in a different direction. You can see Spinneret. I know, yeah, there wasn't issues where Peter Parker had extra arms. She has extra arms, as if to be like a spider. And again, I've always loved the style of these books. Crazy Crow is the creator behind this, and I met him at a convention. Story Crazy Crow, art and lettering, Noelia Sequita and Pablo Ray. Okay, and the League of Canadian Superheroes Volume 1, story Silent Shepherd, and art Noelia Sequita and Pablo Ray. That's I think a kind of a prose story that's in the back with spot illustrations. So I believe I have all the, I really have to organize my collection and make sure that I got every volume of this, because I had the Kickstarter. You could have ordered some of the past volumes, and I want to make sure for the next Kickstarter that I know which ones I have and don't have, so that I can have the complete collection of this, something I really enjoy. Let's see, we're going on now over a half hour, so I'm going to wrap it up, but I will go into a little mail call here that I had. I haven't even taken it out yet. Okay, I ended up with an Argo 5 pinup, Iron Gate Studios, Rodney Lockett had a Kickstarter. One of the levels was Joey Correa commission, and I always liked his work. So I went in for Joe's pinup level with an Argo 5 cover. Okay, and I wanted to kind of, wow, looking at it now in person, stunning work. I wanted to, I guess his work is a little bit in the vein of like Jim Lee a bit. So I thought it would be great if we have kind of like a Wildcats tribute type cover utilizing Argo 5. So this is the result of that. Okay, I mean the composition's kind of borrowed from that. He changed it up a bit, did his own work on it. The line work, the proportions, got the, well, he gave me a little preview, so I was able to make sure that the costume details were on point. So, I mean, overall, just a fantastic piece that I will look forward to publishing at some point with Argo 5, okay? I mean, it's almost so good you want to keep it for a trade cover, but the trades, you know, I'm a little behind on doing Kickstarters for that because we've been doing Thunder Zone Kickstarters, one of which we're nearing completion. That is Junkyard Joe and Subject Alpha. Okay, that's our two comics. We try to do two comics in the Thunder Zone Kickstarter, save you a bit on shipping. That is the next one, so I'm a bit behind schedule. I want to get that one in, and then after that, maybe I can do another volume of Argo 5, or I have another book to kickstart as well. We also have to do a Sorority of Power Volume 1 Kickstarter at some point. So there's no shortage of things for me to do, but I do make the time to make these videos as well, to not only be part of the indie community in publishing, but to be part of the indie community in supporting and buying these books. So if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel below. Please hit the like button. You can hit the bell so that you'll be able to get all the videos as they come out. And I'm going to come back sooner than later to continue on this long road of catching up with all these fantastic indie comics I've been purchasing. Thanks for watching.